Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning back here again for another video review. This is Son of Liberty. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Mantis X10 Elite shooting performance system, and we're going to see if this little piece of gadgetry can bring you big results. Stay tuned, guys. So first things first, guys, disclaimer. Mantis reached out to me and was curious if I was interested in doing a review of the X10 Elite here on the channel, and I've got to tell you that I happily obliged. Over the years, I've heard nothing but great things about the Mantis product lineup, and I was really kind of curious to see how far they've actually come over the years and to see if this was something that could actually help me increase my own training performance. Now, if you are unfamiliar with what Mantis is a company that makes electronic data analysis systems that you can attach to any standard pistol, SIRT training pistol, shotgun, rifle platforms, bows, and a plethora of other weapon systems on the market. So when I initially received the Mantis, I wasn't able to use it to its full capacity. So that week I was actually at home recovering from my second back surgery. It took me almost 2 months before I could even carry a gun due to where the surgical incisions were. So by the time I actually got diving into this thing, I was really kind of overwhelmed. I've got to tell you that I have used a lot of different training tools over the years to help me with dry fire practice and those types of things, but I've never used anything like the Mantis. So during my research, I watched a lot of reviews of other YouTubers on the Mantis X10 Elite, and pretty much everybody had the general same initial reaction that they felt overwhelmed. I can tell you that I felt the same way, but that feeling passed very quickly once I just chose a program and I just dived in. And once I actually got more comfortable with that program, I moved on to the next and so on. And it really was then that I started to see how much this thing can actually offer me as a training companion, because that's essentially what it is. So one of the things that I like to do personally before I start my dry fire practice is I want to set the stage. So I want my dry fire practice to be as successful as possible. So let me kind of run through you what I'm talking about. So in this particular case, I want to be shooting at this particular target, right? I actually picked these up a long time ago from Frank Proctor's website. I don't even know if he still has them. They came with some of these dots. These are perforated, double-sided, and I just use sticky dots from Walmart for like posters, if you will, to adhere these to whatever surface that I'm actually shooting at, right? Obviously, you don't need those, right? It's just something that I like to use from time to time. So next, I'm going to go ahead and eject the magazine, and I'm going to verify that there is no ammunition inside the gun or inside the barrel. This is the gun that I carry the most, and so I want to train with it as much as possible. The next step is going to vary dramatically from shooter to shooter. Most people will probably train without a magazine or maybe a dummy magazine. For me, I train with the gun as close to the real weight as I carry as I possibly can. So what I actually do is I download my actual magazine that I carry by 2 to 3 rounds, and then I insert dummy rounds on top of it, okay? This just ensures 2 and 3 levels of safety when it comes to this, but this gives me the ability as safely as I can to train with the real weight of the gun, again, as close to possible as I can. All right, so the next step is obviously we're going to install this on the rail. The Mantis can be installed in 2 different orientations, forward and reverse, or backwards, okay? So the easiest way to remember which way is forward when you're looking at this and when you're looking at the actual program itself is the tab here on the front is actually considered forward. So if I install this on the gun now, this is facing forward, the tab is, okay? The reverse or backward side is the connection for charging. And the reason that is designed, or you have the capability to put it in reverse and kind of set it up that way, is if you've got like a very small subcompact gun, let's say you've only got about that much real estate, and you can't install this thing in a forward manner because there's not enough room. You can then obviously put this on reverse, and you can set it up that way so that the app knows that you are facing in a reverse manner, so that it can obviously calibrate the laser to do so. Another thing is that once you first get this thing actually turned on, you may have to set your gun down on a flat surface so that it can calibrate. All right, so let's go ahead and do that now. One thing to note is this thing is designed to be snug, okay? So you may have a little bit of difficulty getting this on, but I can assure you it is supposed to be snug because you don't want this thing loose. Obviously, it is giving you very precise data. You don't want this thing wobbling around on you, okay? So it's locked into place and ready to go. The only thing left to do now is to turn the Mantis on. After a second, you'll see the green light start to blink. That just means that it is waiting to be paired to your phone. Go ahead and launch the Mantis X Elite app. You'll connect. Now I'm going to do the holster draw analysis here, and it needs to be calibrated. So I'm just going to go ahead and set the gun down while it's calibrating, and it is now calibrated and it is ready to go. So let's go through some analysis here.
Stand by. 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 Stand by.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here at this data analysis from my concealment draw. Obviously, data is good as long as you can read it, okay? And so this may look overwhelming, especially to maybe newer shooters, but let me actually break this down for you, okay, so that you can kind of understand it, what we're actually looking at, okay? If we don't have data, then we have no idea where we stand, and we have no idea how to actually set goals in order to obtain those. Okay, so this is really critical and gold information as far as I'm concerned. So let me actually explain this to you so it makes more sense. If we take a look here at the left part of the screen, you can see the average. Okay, so the left part shows the average grip, horizontal, and then of course the shot. Okay, these are the three main elements that I want you to look at. The bottom portion, which is the green bars, that's how long it actually took me from the standby position to when the buzzard sounded for me to actually grip the gun. Okay, that's how long it actually took. So most of these are essentially around 0.3 of a second. I had one that was an outlier, which was 0.28. The next one is the teal green color, which is the horizontal. This is how long it actually took me from the time that I gripped the gun to draw the gun and actually present it out onto target, okay? The one above that, which is in the red, which is your shot, this is how long it actually took me from the time that my finger touched the trigger to the time I actually broke the shot, okay? And as you can see right there, it looks like I had a 0.2 average. However, essentially, I kind of tend to stand, especially if we're talking about splits, I tend to stand between or fluctuate between 0.17 and 0.19 typically on splits. But up here at the very top, it gives me my totals, what my average total was, and then of course each total for each additional shot thereafter, okay? I want to be around the 0.7 to 0.8 tenths of a second, but I'm not consistently there. And of course we can look at here at the top total and you can see that. So this gives me an idea of where I'm at, and this gives me an advantage because it allows me to set goals to where I can actually obtain those and see my progress going forward. So again, this is just really great information that I wanted to share with you for my own personal session here in Dryfire. So diving a little bit deeper, the Dryfire portion of this program lived up to its expectations. I've got to tell you that the data that I received on the things that I was doing wrong, the information that I got on how to improve that, all that information, it was absolutely mind-blowing, and I've got to tell you that I was really impressed with it. Now, one of the things that I was really kind of curious about was how the information was going to relate when it came to actual live fire practice. So when I got to the range, I first started with the training programs specifically for pistol, and then I later transitioned to rifle. Now, over the years, I've taken a multitude of carbine courses from a variety of different instructors over the past 10 years. I don't have as much seat time behind a carbine as I do with a handgun, and the Mantis X10 Elite really showed those deficiencies to me and brought those to light. So all in all, what do I think about the Mantis X10 Elite system? Guys, I've got to tell you that there are far more many pros than there are cons when it comes to this thing. Now, the things that the X10 Elite does well, they do it superbly well. The only area that I feel that there is no way that it could give you accurate data, analysis is going to be shooting on the move. This is really probably the only con that I can really assign it, for the simple fact that there is way too much information in play. You've got dynamic movement, you've got gun movement, you've got body movement. All these different factors are in play that it would be virtually impossible for this thing to be able to give you accurate data analysis on what you're doing. But I feel there comes a time when everyone should actually seek some kind of professional training along their journey, becoming a better shooter. The reality is that a good instructor can see things that no one else can see. I feel that that kind of information is absolutely vital to put in your mental toolbox for later down the road. So with all that being said, guys, if you are interested in ordering a Mantis X10 Elite for yourself or for a loved one or any other Mantis product, I'm going to include a link as well as a discount code down below. Now, this is an affiliate code, and so for those that aren't aware, if you use this code and order any Mantis product, it doesn't cost you any extra money, but a portion of your sale will actually come back to the channel to help me buy equipment as well as products for future evaluation. All right, guys, so that is going to be a wrap here on today's video review of the Mantis X10 Elite Shooting Performance System. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Mantis for reaching out to me and offering to send this product out here for testing and evaluation here on the channel. So sound off in the comment section down below. I'm really curious to know what your thoughts are. Have you guys ever tried any of the other Mantis products before, and what was your experience with them? And if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Not only will it help this channel continue to grow, but it will give me the opportunity to earn your subscription each and every review. And to everyone else, if you feel so inclined, please consider hitting that like button, share this video, or leave a comment down below. All those things will help the algorithms and get this video out there to be seen by more people. And to my subscribers, I want to thank you guys so very much from the bottom of my heart. Your support really does mean the world to me. And until that next video, guys, take care. Be safe.